Hello everybody, this is Pablo Wegesend with another YouTube speech. This time the speech is about privilege. So a lot of these activists and professors and whatever else, they talk about privilege, like they usually talk about either white privilege or male privilege. I think a lot of times these activists oversimplify the issue. So let's talk about white privilege, okay? Well, they mentioned that, okay, the Europeans have been taking over a lot of places, but they weren't the only ones conquering places. It's just that the Europeans started building these really big ships and these really powerful weaponry. If the Zulus or the Aztecs had these big ships and powerful weaponry first, they'll be the ones taking over the world, okay? So the Europeans just happened to have it first. So that's just how it is. But, okay, white privilege, okay, like you, kind of, yeah, certain places like being European ancestry would help you, like especially if they say if you're a kid and you're in school and your school is mostly European American and you're not, yeah, of course you can get, yeah, you get picked on or whatever. I mean, that's just how it is. Or if you're okay, maybe in certain places in the continental US, your European American privileges, you're less likely to get stopped by the police or less likely treated with suspicion. But that's only part of the story, because let's say for Hawaii, like the majority are non-white, and a lot of people in positions of power are not white. You look at our state legislator, it's a lot of Asians. You go to our schools, okay, you grow up, your teachers and principals are mostly going to be of Japanese ancestry. You get stopped by the police, it's most likely going to be a native Hawaiian or sometimes an Asian is going to stop you. So all this stuff about white privilege it's not always that way. I mean, okay, maybe an average European American in Hawaii has more wealth, okay, that, but not all of them, okay? I mean, you have a lot of European American homeless guys who are like, I know there's a stereotype that a lot of them were like shipped over here from the continent to here. White privilege doesn't, it's not going to really help them over here in Hawaii, okay? Maybe they're living in Iowa, Idaho would help, but here, not really. In your European American kid living in like Nanakuli, Waianae, Waimanalo, Kalihi, I'm from Kalihi, so I can talk about that. You're a European American in those places, you're a kid growing up. White privilege ain't gonna do a damn thing for you. I can tell you that right now, okay? I mean, I'm lucky because I'm part Latino and so I'm not really seen as white even though I have a German last name, but kids who are blonde and really white, yeah. You're in those places, good luck. White privilege is not gonna help you at all. It doesn't matter that your grandpa or your dad looks like someone who could be a CEO or looks like someone who could be a lawyer or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not going to help you at all. So I don't know, like people say that, oh, white privilege is the only privilege that exists. I mean, here in Hawaii, there's like a lot of situations where there's Asian privilege, or even some places where there's Hawaiian privilege. So there's more to life than just having white privilege. There's more different types of privilege. Even if you go talking about the continental U.S., like for example, if you're a white person in the NBA, or a white person making rap music, you have a lot more to prove, because you're seen as like as a minority. So white privilege is not always going to save you there. Yeah, if you make it big, you might get a little more white people buying your stuff, but you go through a lot of doubts and a lot of people throwing stuff in your way, and that's why like Iggy Azalea had to look for some African American mentors. She found T.I. to help her out, or Eminem had to like find Dr. Dre just so that defend off the doubters and stuff. So yeah, so even like most parts of the world, like white privilege is not gonna save you. So yeah, so let's talk about gender privilege, okay? Like male privilege, okay? Like yeah, okay. Sometimes I'm lucky because I'm male, because like, okay, for example, the restrooms, like I don't have to stand in long lines as often, and like I remember it's a funny story. Okay, I was working at Macy's and like, okay, I had to use the restroom. My supervisor, who happened to be a female, had to use the restroom. Guess who had to stand in line longer? I can just walk in and on, like my supervisor's like standing in line, looking all depressed or whatever. I mean, not to disrespect her or whatever. I just thought it was an interesting situation. So there's male privilege right there, and like, you know, like for males, we're less likely to worry about getting raped, or less likely to worry about, you know, being a catcalled or whatever. So there's male privilege there, but there's also other situations where there's female privilege. So you work in early education, okay, which I've done. There's female privilege over there, okay? I've experienced it. I know what it is, okay? If you're a male over there, people might, like, you know, kind of question why you're there. They're gonna question you in a way they'll never question a female working there. Some people have this assumption that if you're a male working in early education, that you're like a molester or abuser or whatever, which can get irritating sometimes. But so see, that's a situation where there's female privilege. Or you work in other industries where there's more females, like in libraries, retail. There's a lot of female privilege in those industries, okay? Like you're a male, you're gonna be outnumbered. That's just what it is. So male privilege in certain situations, female privileges in other situations. White privilege can help you in a lot of situations, but it's not gonna do a damn thing for you in other situations. So I think a lot of this stuff about white privilege and male privilege, yes, it exists, but I think a lot of times it gets oversimplified. And so yeah, so instead of just saying there's only white privilege or only male privilege, let's just say there's all kinds of privilege. And yeah, well, Europeans and males might have a longer history of, you know, power or whatever, but I mean, there's more to life than history and power structures and that sort of thing. So yeah, there's all different kinds of privilege, and so so just be aware of that. There's more than two types of privileges, and just be aware of that. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.